Morning family, welcome back to another episode of the Rooftop Corner. This is the show where I talk a lot about the 100 girlfriends who really love your manga series, all sorts of news and topics and the like regarding or surrounding this manga. Rather, I'm your host for today, Rindo, and I'm cosplaying as usual as DJ No Smoking before 20 and here to deliver you your public service announcement for the week. Please do not smoke before 20, although I keep repeating that sort of PSA over and over again in these episodes. I always like to, advocate, right, to, be cautious, right, and really be responsible, right, with smoking and all that. As much as possible, don't smoke, right, and of course don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. This is just water. So today, family, it's been a really honestly quite a lot of a heavy week for me, so to speak, right. Hence why I haven't been uploading as much. But with all that being said, I'm always down to give you or to deliver you your your news, rather public service announcement, yes, but also news, especially surrounding this manga series, because we are already at 8, or I guess by the time that this video comes out, it's going to be 7 days until the anime's release, which is going to be coming on October 8th. Family, are you excited? I am excited because we're already in single digits territory, right? So we're so close, theoretically 1 week until the anime is broadcast. But of course, can't also forget about the lucky fans in Japan, the fan base in Japan, because on October 8th, rather on October 1st, there's going to be the release, right, or the screening, rather, the advanced screening of the first 2 episodes of the anime at the Piccadilly Theater in Japan. So that's really cool, right? Hold your horses, because just 1 more week, fam, 1 more week until we can see the broadcast of this anime, and this is just gonna be so full of excitement and happy times all around, and full of people who just really have the passion and love for this anime series, and we all get to see the time finally for this series to air, and I can't wait for it. So with that being said, family, let's take a look at all of the things that happened within the week, right, and let's just go over them right away, right. Now, last week they've sort of started this sort of new activity, right. The Hyakkano team has this new activity where the characters, right, have this sort of skit, right, where they are in a school setting, right, and they announce the airing of the anime, and they do a bit of skits here and there as well. But anyway, let's start off with Nano, right? Picking up from last week, we have Nano doing her voice announcement, right? And as usual, all of these voice announcements you can find them on YouTube at the official Emotion Label channel, and of course I'll put a link down to all of these videos down below for you to check them out as well. So for Nanos, right, as usual, she delivers it in such a efficient manner. As she should. And she also really, I love that she also mentions that the viewers, right, the audiences, the listeners would, if you want to look for more information, then just check out the website, right? So time is of the essence, And she also mentions that while you wait for the anime, how about giving the manga a read in advance, because it's nice, and it is indeed nice, right? And just disclaimer, by the way, all of these translations, or my understanding of it, are based on 2 things. One, my personal understanding of the Japanese language from watching too much anime. I've come to understand a bit of the words and a bit of the phrasing here and there, right? At times, sometimes, right, but not all of it, not completely. Hence, which is why I also have Google Translate to help me aid in constructing a bit of the sentences here and there. But mostly, I got the idea, right? So that's cool, Following from Nano, we have Kusuri's radio announcement. In her usual antics, as usual, she made this sort of drug to let the viewers, us, right, watch the anime as many times over, and we cannot stop watching it. So essentially, it's like a drug that allows us to watch the anime constantly, right, like all the time, and we can't just stop. Which, well, to be fair, I don't need any drugs to do that already, because regardless if this anime is the entire episode of the anime is gonna be released, I'm still gonna binge the heck out of that. Not binge, but rewatch it rather so many times. With Kusuri, right, you have this drug, right, allows the viewers to watch the anime non-stop, right? But her conscience, right, finally caught up with her and said, hey, I won't be using the drug to let the viewers watch it, because I mean, to let the viewers be in this state of constantly watching the anime, because Rentaro and the family wouldn't like that. You don't force someone to just fall in love with you immediately, right? It takes time. Love takes time, family. Furthermore, to top it off, she doesn't want to have everyone to go berserk, right, due to withdrawal symptoms. So classic Kusuri. Next from Kusuri we have Rentaro. Now with Rentaro's his delivery or his line, right, in Rentaro manner, it's as simple, concise, formal, so to speak, right, in a way. He delivers it calmly, nicely. But here's where the curveball hits, right, fam? He can't wait for the anime, but there is a problem. It's because everyone in the anime, rather, all the characters in the anime are drawn so beautifully and they're so cute that Rentaro lost consciousness while watching it. And of course that is a problem, right? Because you can't have to, it's an anime, the anime of these girls, these characters, and if we can't even stay awake to watch it, then what's the point, right? So yeah, we have to train ourselves to build a tolerance to the cuteness of it by, and I quote from Rentaro, by rereading the manga 10 times over, or not quote, but rather paraphrased, by rereading the manga 10 times over and watching all of the promotional videos that has been released, which you can also find them in the Emotion Label channel, right? All of the PVs, watch it 30 times over, and yeah, that's sort of a training exercise, I suppose, to build up tolerance to the cuteness in anticipation for the anime. So yeah, classic Rentaro, right? And of course, Rentaro, as expected of him, I think, yeah, he's surely definitely the type of person who would do that, right? Now, on top of that, he also, every night he listens on loop, right, to each of the girlfriend's radio broadcasts, which is the one that they're doing right now. So there's that. And it's also very nice of him as well to remind us to take breaks, to stay hydrated. Aside from that, I was a bit surprised on what he said on this end, but according to him, Hyakkano is
100はスポーツですからね。
a sport. I don't know what to say. And after that, there's this next radio skit in which this time all of the characters are involved. So you have Hakari, Karane, Shizuka, Nano, Kusuri, and Rentaro, right? And this is how it all went down, essentially, right? So basically, Rentaro was mumbling here and there, and sort of agreeing, right, with Shizuka, but they couldn't hear Shizuka's voice, right? Then Hakari, Karane, Nano, and Kusuri were wondering what was that all about, right? Then yeah. As I've said, Shizuka was actually the one who's broadcasting, or she's supposed to say something, or she is saying something rather, but they couldn't hear it. And Nano went all like, because Aiji Rentaro can hear Shizuka with his heart, so that's how he was able to understand what she was saying. So yeah, that sort of deal. And as usual, Hakari is impressed by Rentaro.
さすがレンタロウくん
Karane couldn't take it or doesn't understand anything. Kusuri thinks it's hallucinations, and yeah, at the end it was a successful broadcast. Rentaro was incredibly happy with Shizuka announcing it, right? Just Hyakkano antics, or family antics rather, I should say. Yeah. This next part is really amazing, which is this sort of short, right? YouTube shorts or TikTok, where Kaede, Hondo, and Miyu Tomita, who is the voice of Hakari and Karane respectively, dance to they had this little sort of choreography, right? A choreographic dance to the anime's opening theme songs, chorus. And aside from the dance being great, and I just really love the entire thing in general, but I also really love that we can finally hear a good amount, right, of this portion of the opening theme song of the anime, and I have to say I really love it. Now, for obvious reasons, I won't be playing the audio clip, but let me tell you, family, this is something that I would definitely listen to all day on loop for quite some time. In other news, there's also this sort of talk show going on with Wataru Kato, the voice of Rentaro, Kaede, Hondo, and Miyu Tomita as guests, where they sort of talk about go over rather just things about the anime in general, I suppose. And of course, this is gonna be broadcasted as well, live, I believe, or it's gonna be canned. I'm not so sure, but it's gonna be on October 1st. Put a link down to the video where you can go check it out as well. So there's that. Moving on, we also have the release of countdown content, right, which is essentially content that's been released on the countdown to the anime, right? So for instance, you have this illustration by character designer Akane-san. You have also this illustration by director Hikaru Sato-san. And this was just released today, right, as of the recording of this video, a countdown scrapbook, right, hosted by Ayaka Asai-san, who is the voice of Kusuri, made a scrapbook of Kusuri, right, in the anime Kusuri, and it's so, I find it to be so adorable. It's so cute, and I just really love it, you know. On top of that, I really also want to add, I can't stress this enough on how I really love the voice choice, right, of Kusuri, right. I think Ayaka Asai-san really fits it perfectly, and the way that she nails her Nanoda, right, is on point, and I really love it. On top of manga, there has been no new chapter released yet, right? So far we only have the Hyakkano memories, right, which is essentially clear illustrations, right, or the clean illustrations, so to speak, of the first pages of a couple of the chapters in the manga series. So please do check it out as well, right? And you have also the release of the 15th volume cover, which is, you know, way I can formulate my words around the style, right, or their approach rather to creating this cover is just absolutely amazing. So this part of the cover right here is the center part. So I imagine there's going to be 3 parts of it, right? The volume 14's cover was the one where you have the left part, right, of the family, right, and then you have this volume 15 rather, we have the center part. And if you combine the two together, yes, they indeed fit and match perfectly, and it's so beautiful to see, and I so can't wait for the release of the third volume, so I can have this complete this sort of beautiful wallpaper created from these volume covers, right? It's kind of like an Exodia style, you know, so this Exodia moment, right? Like the one from Yu-Gi-Oh! And on top of that beautiful volume cover, you also have these stands, right, of the characters in the volume covers of the manga. So you have Hakari Karane in volume 1, Shizuka and Nano in volume 2, and you also have Kusuri in the third volume's cover rather. So yes, fam, that's all the news that I wanted to share with you this week. By next week, it's going to be the release of the anime, and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to present these sorts of videos right now, considering that I'm probably gonna be so happy and excited, and just simply happy, you know, to finally watch the anime series, the anime adaptation of a series that I really love. And I think that's pretty cool and nice, right? So yeah, I've been your host, DJ No Smoking Before 20, Rindo, and signing off. Take care, family.